Now, let's pull out a couple of oracles. Okay. We have Between Worlds, Round and Round. And one more. Blessed. You sure the hell are. Right. So for some of you guys, you're in the transition, you're in the process. You can see these, right? Yeah. You're in the process, in the transition of, you know, moving from one stage of your life to the next. You're going through a transformation. Some of you guys are leaving a relationship and you're moving forward and you're single. But the thing is, you don't want to keep dealing with the same type of person, but in a different relationship. You understand? So it's just like you're in the process where it's just like you're trying to stay balanced between what you left to where you're going. So a lot of you guys are present right now. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to sit up there and keep imagining what's to come. You want to move forward with it. But the thing is that you need to keep in mind, learn the lessons that you've learned from your past relationships or your past situations in your relationship, your past issues in your relationship. So that way the situation can stop happening over and over again, because the union is blessed. Okay. And I feel like you had this before too with the blessings. It's just like you're blessed right now. You understand your blessings. So it's just like you don't want to keep going through the same thing over and over again. So stop picturing it. Stop imagining what you don't want to go through and just learn from what happened and don't go through it again. Establish your balance between the worlds, leaving the past behind and moving forward to a new you, to a new relationship, to a reconciliation, to a revival of your relationship. You know what I mean? Now, what connects you and this other person together? Your soulmates. Okay? Blessed union. Soulmates. So for those of you who are single, like I said, you're leaving the past in the past and you're moving forward and you're just trying to strike a balance. You're going to learn if you haven't learned from your past situation, so that way you don't have to repeat it for what's coming to you. Your blessings are coming in. All right. That energy is still there for you guys. I remember it specifically being for you guys. All right. So your blessings are manifesting. Your blessings are coming in. If you're calling in your soulmate, they're coming into you. All right. They're coming in for you. All right. Those of you who are in a relationship, overall the same message. Take action, but move forward. Don't look back. Learn, understand your blessings, understand that this person is in your life for a reason. Soulmate energy reason. Okay? All right. Nice. Let's move this out of the way. Thank you. Some water. All right, so we're going to go into the tarot spread. We're going to lay out the cards and go over them after. Okay. There's way too many cards. I wanted to just fly out of my hand. Okay, I'm not going to sit up there and stress it. Your current situation, we have the Hierophant. Let me just do this one more time. And then we're going to lay in that. Excuse me, not the Hierophant, the Emperor. Let's back up. Your current situation, you have the Emperor. I just looked at his outfit and just said Hierophant. The assumptions. Your challenge is the Ten of Pentacles. To overcome your challenge, so the action you need to take, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay? The lessons that you need to learn from one another is the Ten of Wands. How this person feels about you, we have the Devil. The outcome, we have the Five of Wands. Now, like I said in the beginning, they don't have to correlate. Two separate spreads. Okay? So let's go through it. So current situation, some of you guys are dealing with an Aries. You could be dealing with the Capricorn as well. But if you're not dealing with an Aries in your current situation, then this is all about establishing, you know, a structure in your life. Not feeling like things are so scattered, kind of like bringing things together, having more control, being in control of your life. being in control of what you want to accept and what you don't want to accept. Okay? For your challenge, you have the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, you may be feeling like abundance in the form of love, because of course it's Pentacles, so it's wealth, anything tangible, physical, but we're talking about love here, which is also something that's tangible and spiritual and value as well. So ultimately, at the end of the day, where your challenge comes in, it's kind of like, it's like you're waiting for the right person. You're waiting for that right moment. And your action is to take your time. Do not be in a rush. You know the end game. You know what you ultimately want. You know the destiny. So take your time in being able to assess the situation and not move so quickly towards it. Because you're still going to get to the end game. It's just going to take some time. And you know that. The Emperor is very decisive. He doesn't go back on his decisions. So once you make a decision when it comes to your love life, your relationships, whoever the hell ever you're dealing with, then it's final. It's done. Okay? It's like, I'm not going back on this. Now, as far as the lessons that you can learn from one another, is learn how to drop things that make you feel overwhelmed, things that you feel that give you a little bit too many responsibilities, you know, to the point where you feel like you get the world on your shoulders. Also with the Ten of Wands, it's all about, you know, with you and this other person, whether you're dealing with them now or whether you're going to be dealing with someone, understand that you can want something very badly, and when you get it, it may be a little bit more than what you expected. So that's kind of like, be careful on what you wish for. Okay? Now, how they see you, you're the Devil energy. Okay? You could be dealing with the Capricorn, but this is how they see you. So they see you as a drug. They see you as addictive. They see you as, you know, attractive. It's just like you draw them in with your mystery. And it's just like you have a good connection with this person. The sex is going to be good. It's going to be bomb. Okay? And that's where the person's just like, they could be a little bit sexmatized, is what I like to say. Okay? Where it's just like the loving is good. So it's just like you kind of put the rose-colored glasses on because you kind of like what you're dealing with right now. With the Devil energy, it's sexual, but at the same time, how they see you also is that you can be a little bit chaotic sometimes. Like when you feel strongly and deeply about something and that stinger comes out, you sting. Okay? You sting. You can become manipulative. You can become possessive. You can become a little controlling. But either way, they're still drawn to that energy. With the Five of Wands, we have some internal conflict going on here, which we're going to have to clarify. It's like your soul craves something. It desires something that you're not getting 100% right now. Let's clarify. And you can see this, yes. Right. All right. The Emperor. Let's lay out the cards. Clarifying the Emperor, we have the Five of Pentacles. Clarifying the Ten of Pentacles in your challenge position, we have the King of Cups. For your action, clarifying the Knight of Wands, we have the the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands. Clarifying the lessons, we have the Ten of Wands. Clarifying that is a Chariot. For how they feel about you, we have the Knight of Wands, clarifying the Devil. And lastly, Justice is clarifying the Five of Wands. All right. So, for the Emperor, in your current situation, taking control, making decisions in your life, having structure, establishing structure, taking care of the people that are around you, taking care of yourself. All right? Making a choice and understanding your self-worth. Okay? We have clarifying that the Five of Pentacles, and that could be as far as that Emperor energy if you're not dealing with in Aries, but that could be where you felt or you're getting a sense that things are not going to go the way you want them to when it comes to another person. So it's just like you're trying to stay grounded. You're trying to stay in control of the situation because you don't want that other person to shut you out. And if you're meeting someone, it's the same sense where it's just like, everybody, when you meet somebody, you're not going to put everything out all on the line anyway. You got to get to know the person. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, you may be feeling like the person is hot and cold. And that's where it's just like you made a decision. You already know how you want this to move forward. Your challenge, when you show up in your challenge with the King of Cups, male or female, does not matter, clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. But your challenge is getting over it's like you have to put your ego at rest because things are coming into fruition for you. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to proceed with caution when it comes to this person. Proceed with caution. Because some of you guys may be dealing with someone, even though you feel like you have control of everything, but this person, it's like you can't get a handle on them. Like I said, the hot and the cold. Like I said, use discernment when it comes to your goal. If you have someone in mind, use discernment. Assess the situation. Don't rush into anything. Love is there. Love is coming. It might come in a little slowly, but it's still coming. It's like this person throws you off your game sometimes, where you feel like you don't have a handle on things with the five of Pentacles, where you feel like, of course it's like, oh, being left out in the cold, but it's just like, having pride, having a lot of pride, and you don't want to let that person show it. You don't want to show that to that person. You don't want to let that person see the effect that they have on you. So it's just like you're trying to control your emotions. But you have a burning passion and desire when it comes to what it is that you want. And you're not going to take no for an answer. You're not going to settle for an answer. When it comes to the lessons you guys can learn from one another, you could be dealing with the Cancer. You could be dealing with the Gemini. Excuse me, not a Gemini. Wow. Libra. You could be dealing with anybody. But ultimately, what you guys can learn from each other is when it comes to feeling overburdened, when it comes to when things are feeling a little bit too heavy emotionally, you need to move on from it and drop it and not hold on to, past issues, past relationships, past, arguments. How they see you. We have the Knight of Wands the Knight of Wands is clarifying the Devil. So like I said, they see you as something like a drug. They see you, they know that you can get chaotic at times, but they know that, like, that's where their hot and coldness comes from with this other person. It's just like you draw them in, but they don't want to be drawn in to the point where they lose their control. Like they need to have a control of things. But it's just like, no, I want you. Come here. I want to work this out. Come here. You know what I mean? Some of them may see you as being a little bit unfaithful with the Knight of Wands here. Like you get what you want, but then you move on to another thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, okay, now I got you, but I can move on to the next thing now. You know what I'm saying? Like they look at it as they want to hang in there with you, but they also feel like you have a dark side of you that they don't quite understand either. So you guys need to come to a point where there is balance. You guys need to come to a point where You know, you need to balance your mind and you need to balance your soul. You need to balance your heart. And that's the outcome anyway. You're internally conflicted, but you're going to find balance in that. You're going to find justice within that. There's karma working in your favor. Okay? Give me 2 seconds really quickly on something. I want to go back on something. How they see you, like I said, when you want something, you conquer it. You obsess about it until you get it. It's like you like things in your possession. So it's just like, you know, kind of like not collecting trophies in a bad way, but it's just like, you know, they see you as being so ambitious to the point where it's just like your energy is just too fast for them. It's like you speed up. It's like when you get that I want something, it's just like you get that second wind, so to speak, and you move on. I'm not saying that Scorpios are cheaters, okay? I'm not generalizing it like that. I'm giving you all different type of aspects because this is a general reading, okay? So that's how I approach my readings, just a FYI. Sometimes it comes off a little scattered, but sometimes I try to draw it back in at the end. You know what I'm saying? All right, no, sir. Okay, so anyway, ultimately at the end of the day, Scorpio, you know, you have control of the situation. You know, if you're meeting somebody and they're coming into you, this is a situation that it has the ability to be very successful, but it's going to be slow moving. It's not going to happen right away. You both need to learn how to take action when you feel like things are getting too heavy and not stay in that energy. Sometimes you may be feeling or staying in that energy and they don't like that about you, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like I said, you're a drug to them. You're like, it's not even toxic necessarily in a bad way, but it's just like you got that draw going in, and it's just like they just want you like all the time. All right. Your outcome is you're not going to be feeling internally conflicted anymore about things that you want, because things are going to balance itself out and karma is going to actually be working in your favor. Okay, Scorpio. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. How do we do with time? I feel like we was like pretty long. Please like, subscribe, comment below if this resonates with you.